Ever since I was younger, I was into video games.
Somebody like the Fuse so I can bring bad news to all these crews who can't NBA jam with the shoe.
Back to another beer review. Time to review the shared beer. It's been a while since we reviewed a shared beer. Courtesy of my man Ryan. I appreciate you, sir. This label's cool. It's like this rad metallic green, like kind of green, lime green. This is Backpack Fashion Show. And this is, per the label, a triple dry hopped, right? Triple dry hopped double IPA. Is this a collab? I don't know if this is a collab or not. And the only reason I'm wondering if it's a collab is because they did Backpack Fashion Show. I think this is like the third or fourth time this has been released. Monkish did Backpack Full of Cans, and then Monkish and Side Project collabed on $1 Million Backpack. Maybe this is just a shared beer. Shared is a part of Side Project. They brew like one-offs, which is kind of rad. But this was canned, little Team Old IPA, April 28th, my wedding anniversary. And it says Galaxy, Nelson, and Citrus. So there you go. It gives us the hops. What's today? June 5th. So this is right at what, 5 weeks old, almost 6 weeks old. I joke around about Team Old IPA, and somebody on Untappd was like, why do you drink your beers old? Like, don't beers get malty? And I was like, I'm joking. Like, most people talk about how, hoppy beers after a day or two, they're too old. Like, we started joking around about that years ago, and we started doing hashtag Team Old IPA. It's not old. It's just, I don't know, fun to say. So that's what Team Old IPA means, if you're wondering. If you're just watching this, if this is your first review, welcome. We're going to use our Excite Bike, little Excite Hops glass from Former Legends. They do some rad glassware, and it's video game theme, and I'm a video game whore, so there you go. Let's get into this one. I love Side Project. They're my favorite sour brewery. They're in Missouri. Did we say that? St. Louis? It's not exactly St. Louis, is it? Oh, it is St. Louis. I freaking love their sours, and the shared beers that I've had have been great. So let's check this beer out. It looks like juice. It's the typical style these days. It's New England style. Super hazy. It's that light lemonade-y. We said last review, all these beers kind of look the same. About a quarter finger of Bright White Head. It is dissipating quickly. I don't know if that's because it's heavily hopped. I don't know if there's oats in this. Who knows? But it looks absolutely awesome in that glassware. So what did it say? Citra, Galaxy, and Nelson? Galaxy, Nelson, and Citrus. I mean, those are my my three favorite hops. I think they are. I'm just gonna try my nose at it. Oh, this nose is kind of muted, which is weird because when I cracked it, it smelled really good. But shoving my face into this, it doesn't smell crazy intense. I mean, it's triple dry hopped, and there's been a couple beers that we reviewed lately that didn't smell like crazy, but they tasted amazing. So I'm not worried about it, but. I think this is more Nelson forward than anything. It's got that like intensely earthy funk thing that I get from Nelson hops. It's that just vinous, however the fuck you say it, grapey thing. Galaxy and Citra, I don't get like very much tropical fruits out of this. I mean, if you're searching, I mean, these beers, these hazy beers, a lot of them, they just offer like just this kind of generic citrus aroma. Like there's something citrus there, but it's not anything that's like crazy jumping out. There's almost like a little bit of like a hard candy vibe to this, but it doesn't really it doesn't smell crazy on the nose. It's predominantly Nelson, like I said, funky, earthy, grapey, but that's about it. A little bit of citrus. I don't smell like any kind of breadiness, nothing like that. So the nose is pretty muted on this can. So let's go and taste it. Ryan, cheers. Thank you, sir. That's crazy. As soon as it hit my tongue, I was like, whoa, this tastes fucking insane. I don't know why beers do that. I don't understand how something doesn't smell like much, but then when you taste it, it gets crazy. So this is triple dry hopped. It is still super intense, even at 5 weeks old. That Nelson kind of funky, earthy, grapey thing, that's there right at the front. There is what is that? It's gonna sound really weird, but like the middle of your tongue, when it starts to kind of dig in and give off bitterness, it has like this I mean, obviously I've never tasted it before, but you can like when you smell like asphalt being poured, it kind of gives off like a burnt rubber kind of a thing. And I don't know if that's just like the amount of hops that they used. I don't know. But yeah, grapey. There's citrus. It's a generic citrus thing. I wouldn't be able to tell you if it's like oranges or sweet kind of citrus. But yeah, that harsh kind of, I don't know what that is. You guys will know because people who drink beer and watch beer know a lot more about beer than I do. Whatever that kind of like burnt rubber thing is kind of throwing me off in the middle of that. And it gives like that, again, like that harsh, herbaceous thing. It's really, really like chlorophyll-y green, like green matter, hop matter. The mouthfeel is crazy. This is a super creamy beer. It's over 8%. It doesn't drink boozy, but it's just that kind of burnt rubber thing in the middle of that is just, I don't know what it is. It's not my favorite. Not a bad beer, but it's just weird because it smells so Nelson Forward, but then it, like that intense, like whatever that is nuts. It's got to just be like the amount of hops that they're using, right? It just tastes raw. It's like raw hop matter. So, yeah, I don't know what that is, and it's not something that's like off-putting, but it's not the most enjoyable thing. Other than that, like I said, the mouthfeel is awesome. It's creamy. The front of that, like when you first take a sip of that, the front of your tongue is awesome, but then as soon as it kind of hits mid-palate and finishes, it's kind of weird. But that's what happens when you like hop the shit out of these beers. It's triple dry hop. Like how many fucking pounds of hops do they use in this? I have no idea. But I guess that can happen when you do that. So we'll leave it at that. There's no need to ramble on. This beer's good. It's nothing mind-blowing, nothing crazy. I've had better beers from Shared. But like I'm thankful I got to try this. So is it the age? It's not that old. I don't know. There's just something about that. I don't know. Ryan, I know you've had this. Leave a comment. Let's talk about it. Anyone else who's had it too, let me know if you've experienced that with this beer. So that's Backpack Fashion Show. Weird review. Sorry. It just kind of threw me off and I didn't really know what to say. From Shared. If you guys have had it, leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. As always, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you very soon. Cheers.
Thank you for coming behind the bar, in the arcade, all that shit.
Ever since I was younger, I was into video games.
Somebody like the Fuse so I can bring bad news to all these crews who can't NBA jam with the shoe.